Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to installment of Scott Selections here for Sunday, February 12th. For again today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in hockey with the Bruins to win in regulation at minus 115 on DraftKings. Back to the best team in the league at home. And unfortunately, they basically no-showed the game offensively as Boston, who was number one in the league in scoring, scored one goal. It was the second time this past week we've had the number one scoring team in the league, and they scored one goal in each game, which sucks. But either way, Boston really got outplayed from the opening faceoff. Washington looked sharp to open up a 2-0 lead. Boston cut into it, thought maybe they could potentially make a game out of it, but didn't exactly work out. So really not that close on the play. Look for a bounce back winner here on Sunday. And for today's play today, going to pivot to the NBA. Reminder that if you do want a Super Bowl play, gave out a player prop a couple days ago, so I do have a play on that game. But for today's video, going to look at a player prop and a matchup between the Pistons and the Raptors taking place at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this matchup, going to take Killian Hayes under 1.5 made three-pointers at even money on DraftKings. Time recording of 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take Hayes here under 1.5 three-pointers. First reason to look at his actual shooting numbers from three, historically speaking, and this season. He's really a horrible three-point shooter. This year, he's shooting 31.3% from three, which is actually a career high. In his career, he's below 30%. So he's a horrible three-point shooter. And as a result, he's kind of pivoted away from attempting that many. Still attempts a couple per game, but I just think that the volume's not going to be there for this matchup. But you're looking at his recent numbers. He's made less than 2 3-pointers in 4 of his last 5 games, and he's also attempted less than 5 3-pointers in 4 of his last 5 games. So Hayes can be effective as a playmaker, etc. But three-point shooting's really not a skill that he's particularly proud of, and I do think as a result he will continue to kind of fade away from taking many three-pointers, which should result in a bit of a profitable angle here because I don't think the volume is going to be there. But you're looking at his numbers against Toronto in his career, and historically speaking, he's been useless from three. He's scored 0 3-pointers in each of his last 3 games against the Raptors, and he's also attempted less than 3 3-pointers in each of the last 3 games against Toronto. So the volume has not been there, the makes have not been there, and I think as a result, 1.5 and even money is actually a pretty solid deal towards the under. But if you're looking at Toronto's three-point defense this season, overall, it's been horrible, which might be a reason why this number is where it is. However, Toronto over the past week has actually been very good at stopping three-pointers, as Toronto has allowed less than 11 three-pointers made in each of its last 4 games. So Toronto, for whatever reason, has kind of flipped the switch a little bit with its three-point defense, and with Hayes's I say desire to avoid shooting three-pointers, or at least to not take many in bulk. I think that there's definitely going to be a solid case to be made for Hayes to attempt maybe 3 in this game, if that, maybe less. In the first meeting this season, Hayes only attempted 1 3-pointer against Toronto, and he missed. But the point is, I don't think the volume's going to be there. I don't exactly trust Hayes, who's a career 20-something% three-point shooter, to actually go 2 for 4 in this game. But once again, it could happen. If Hayes shoots well from 3, then we're gonna end up losing. But the point is, I think based on his overall career numbers from 3 and based on his recent lack of attempts and lack of makes because of it, I think this number is a little bit too high, especially at even money to the under. I think it should be closer to minus 120 or so towards the under, but I'll take the value, and hopefully Hayes continues to not do much from the three-point lines. Play that once again here for Sunday, February 12th is going to be on Killian Hayes under 1.5 made three-pointers at even money on DraftKings. Bye.